Hey, do. So last Taco Tuesday of the year, it is New Year's Eve. Welcome to Web3 Breakfast. I am Jay Chains. It is 9 a.m. here on the East Coast. Super excited. Man, oh man, got a great day. I have a great day planned. Super excited about what is going to happen. We got this show, obviously, my favorite part of the day. And then after this, get ready for Ben's show. And then immediately after that, I am leaving the studio and we are headed over to right outside of where the Braves play. There's, restaurants and all sorts of fun stuff, but they're doing a New Year's Eve thing. They're doing a obviously a countdown at midnight. But what we're going for is we're going to go to the theater. We are going to go see Moana 2. We're going to take Emmy to the movie theater for the first time, and then we are going to go to the kids' New Year's Eve celebration where they do the balloon drop at 8 p.m. And so we'll be home by like 9:30. I love it. I love every second of this. So I have got an action-packed day planned, and I hope that you do as well. Happy New Year. Thank you for being here. Go ahead and smash the like if you're watching on YouTube. Hit the heart if you're watching on X. Definitely. And if you guys are feeling like joining the conversation, you can always join the space as well that is running over on X. But that is your prerogative. You can do that if you'd like. You don't have to. We can take a look at the markets and see what is happening here. It's nice to see a recovery. Yesterday morning things were looking a little iffy. If we were to pop open to let's go TradingView. I'm gonna look at TradingView and I'll pull this one up for you. Here we go. Let's share the screen. And let's go here. Boom. And let's share this one instead. All right. So we'd like the Bitcoin chart. That's the weekly. We don't want that. Let's go the hourly, because yesterday is where we felt, this little thing right here. Now this was just, we had a little pump and a little boop, bring us right back down. That's what scared a lot of people on the 30th. They're like, what happened to the Christmas pump? But anyway, built back up. So it's nice to see things back up to where we were. Now we're at the highest level that we've been since, what's over here? When we dropped down on the 26th, we had that drop. So the 27th. So it's been a few days since we've been in the zone in the 95.5. That was the smooth jazz radio station back home. Growing up, WNUA 95.5. That's a great number. I'll remember that one forever. You know what I mean? That's where you got that smooth jazz back in the Chicagoland area back in the day. Y'all remember? Smash the like if you remember WNUA. What's up, Mike? See the modern Canadian, my brother from another mother, and my maple syrup drinking.
Well, that's it, right? We're gonna have some maple syrup right here in our chat here.
I know. I am so excited. I saw, Dal's got some maple shooters for us when we get to, we'll be Futurist. What were the dates? May? Is that correct?
May 13th is the Futurist conference, and then 14th, 15th, 16th is Consensus.
Oh, yeah. What a week. That's going to be an amazing week. So y'all better start planning your trips to Canada, unless you're already from Canada. But if you want to do the Futurist conference, which that was a blast last year, all of us getting together, and the conference itself was dope. That venue was cool. Now it's going to be at a different venue, if I'm not mistaken, this year, which will be great. They're also doing a Florida offering, which is going to be awesome, very close to me. But the whole idea of having Futurist and Consensus back to back in Toronto, that's going to be awesome. I think there's going to be karate combat going on as well. I don't know about CFN. I don't believe, maybe they said they were going to Toronto. Maybe that's the plan, is to kind of follow some of the bigger events or whatever. But I tell you what, look into it. If you're not from the area, you should plan to go. But there's, a lot of crypto conferences that go on throughout the year. So that was a good one, though. I'll tell you what. hopefully, and that was fun to MC a stage up there and get. It was I got you came up with me, Mr. Dude came up. We got to have a nice little conversation. So hopefully the plan, and I'll talk to the organizers. Hopefully the plan will be to get some more stage time, and we can do more stuff like that because that was awesome.
Yeah, that was fantastic. I very much enjoyed that.
Hell yeah. So we should I will definitely get on top of that and make sure. Let me switch this back to the right thing so I can show you guys. There it is.
I'm hoping Consensus gets back to us for the media passes, because I know those passes are, I think they're like $900 or $500 or something like that for the Consensus pass.
Oh, really? All right. I'll work on that. That should be. That's like something I've had every year, so that should be an easy thing. Just got to go through the proper channel.
Yeah, I emailed them and they haven't got back yet.
All right.
We're probably going to do it in the new year.
That would make sense. I mean, with it being in May, I'm sure that there's a lot of the preliminary things that are going on right now, but definitely with some of the other activity that's going on there, that won't be a problem for us to be able to get some of the things that we need to shoot content, get the interviews, and do all that stuff. So, looking forward to it. I see Mark D Games, King Smooch. What's up, Smooch?
Yo, what's up, J Chains?
I said Smooch.
What's up,
I
Mr. Canadian? It's all good. It's all good, brother.
Yo,
I gotta tell you, GM, brother. I gotta say, I'm laughing pretty hard when I look at your banner, and then I look at your PFP, J Chains, with the pizza in the background, and then you like all buff and ripped and like ready to kick someone's ass in the arena in the pit, and it just makes me laugh. Like I'm the guy that eats the pizza, not the guy that's the fit, like ready to frickin' fuck somebody up in the pit.
Well,
someday though, someday.
I
need to get back in shape.
That could be part of now. That's I'm glad that you said that, because that could be a great segue into kind of what I want to talk about today, and it's the 2025 goals with what crypto means to you and kind of like how it shapes your life or whatever. And so like for most people most people just invest in crypto, right? Like my life really revolves around it in many ways. And so when I have my goals of one, I've got the financial aspect of it, right? I want shout out to Mr. Mayo, my guy. Appreciate you, dog, with the super chat there over on YouTube, man. That's amazing. Thank you. The financial freedom aspect of it, right? Everybody's here probably in some way, shape, or form to make some money. So my goal is to be able to have enough cash in the bank or in crypto or wherever it's kept, probably a combination of both, to where, I don't ever have to worry about money ever again, right? And so my number was always 2.5 million, but that number has changed. So 5 million plus. That's my goal for 2025, right? Also, I want this show and the afternoon show and any other offerings that end up coming out of this year, I want to grow what I do to have a much larger audience. So, to get there, I've got to start providing some different value and doing some more things, right? And that's one of the systems that I've got to put in place to meet that goal. And we'll get to those a little bit later. And then my third and final goal, and this one I want to talk about, with some of you guys, is that as all of that takes shape, I can then build a team of people around me, and I want very specific people that have been with us, that have participated, that have helped grow, that have just been here, put in the time to be able to change their life, with being able to give them an opportunity to do something that they've always wanted to do, but maybe financially haven't had the opportunity to do that. And so, my goal is to build a team of people that want to participate and to be able to give them that freedom to do so. And so, y'all know who you are. I'm looking at you guys. And so, the whole idea is to the rising tide floats all boats with number 3 there. And so, any of the boats that are in the harbor.
That's the first time I've heard it said like that. I've always heard it, rising tide lifts all ships. but I like that.
Yeah, it's either way. Floats all boats. It's rhymes a little bit more. It's fun to say. Um, but yeah, that's the whole idea. We've been doing this for years, and got some ride or dies that and some friends that I have met along the way that will be friends of mine for the rest of the life. And to be able to make sure that we build those bridges and those connections much stronger. That's 2025 that's what we're doing, man, because it's going to be a great year of prosperity. We all know that 2025 is going to be a big year. Vollmer, what the guys,
do you have any
appreciate you.
Do you have any plans for karate combat for 2025?
Yeah, so as far as my fighting goes, I definitely want to do so. I said yesterday in the afternoon show, like I think that it's time for me to really just kind of let my body heal up, because I've been nursing some injuries, and I nursed an injury through my last fight, and so I'm going to let my back actually heal. But then I want to do 2 more boxing, and I want to do a karate combat, and so I feel like karate combat, because it is a lot more involved, and I want to do definitely some more training, even for the boxing stuff. Like, my camera just shut off. I don't know why. But you guys can still hear me. I'll fix it in a second. But even though I want to do 2 boxing matches to really fine tune the mechanics and really get good, and then the next time I step into the pit, because that's the opportunity to be able to do that kind of thing, and like what that means to me. And like, my first fight was in front of Joe Rogan, and 20 million people viewed it that night that it was live. And so like that to me, and it just keeps growing, right? And I love the Karate Combat organization. Like, I'm really excited that January is going to be in Miami. I hope to see some people in Miami for that event. That's going to be awesome. But maybe later in the year. So see what the Q4 offerings are. And as far as all my fighting stuff go, at this point, I fought in Austin, I fought in Dubai. I really, really enjoy going to a destination to fight, because then, you can turn that into an experience. And that's, my family, we're all about the experiences. And so that is something that was, very special. And to be able to, kind of really do that on an international scale is even more wild. And so, I will be looking for specific locations to be able to fight that, again, are international, or just more exotic destinations. I really did want to try to get on the CFN Hong Kong card, but again, at the end of the day, with that coming up in February, I think I really want to wait for the next one, or the one after that, whatever their schedule may end up being. I think they said they were going to do 8 events this next year. Just whatever it is, I really just want to give my back a little time to heal. And so I'm going through, like, I got this Lyrica, and if anybody, Corey, if you want to talk about this, we can talk about it today too. So I'm taking Lyrica for this like compressed nerve that I've got, with like these ruptured discs, and one of them's like partially torn. And so while this shit heals, I can't really do a whole lot, but I got to stay active. And so I don't know where I was going with that. Anyway, but Corey, Corey wanted to talk about this, because that was something that he was going through yesterday, or not. He wasn't going through it yesterday, but he wanted to talk about it yesterday, and then you had some coworkers come up. So if you do want to come up and talk about all that shit, Corey, please, you are more than welcome to. Mark, go ahead.
Yeah, so love the freaking goals, my dude. And who knows, maybe Q4, if you do end up doing something karate combat, that's also one of my goals, is to be in a fight by Q4. Would love to, like, the dream, the goal would be, to be on a card with Ellie and Paisan all together, and just be able to be at the same event, hang out, vibe, chill, and just have a good time. Win or lose, have a good time. And who knows, maybe you're on that same fight. I did reach out to the team and try and convince them to come up here to Connecticut and try and do an event up here, because it's the second and third largest casinos in the United States are 10 minutes from my house in both directions. And I think like either one of those casinos would be like the absolute perfect venue. They do UFC fights there all the time. I have been talking with the team about it, and hopefully that happens. It would be cool to have that Q4. But yeah, like that's part of my goal too, is to get in better shape. That's why I was, joking a little bit about your banner in the background, is to get back in shape, to where I am fit, and able to do a fight and be able to jump in the pit with who knows, either a friend or a foe in Web3. We'll see. But yeah, that's part of my goal as well. Like to just not just a crypto goal, but it has something to do with Web3, I guess. So we'll call it a crypto goal for 2025. But it's to get in shape to the point where I can take part in karate combat.
Dude, that's awesome. I love that. And I think that's one of the coolest things about what karate combat and the IFC have is, it's allowed, people like me and obviously you're talking about the same thing and several others. Paisan, same thing. I know personally he's one of my homies, man. I'm so proud of him for his amazing fight just a few weeks ago. But was that opportunity to get fit? I call it get from fat to fit in the pit, baby. Let's get that shit. Because literally I had 4 weeks to train. I ended up losing, I think like 45 pounds overall to fight for that first one. And then I didn't really have to lose any weight for my boxing match, but I was able to trim more and then add, some bulk, some muscle. And so that, doing these things, the opportunity, one, is amazing. What it has done for me physically, at 42 years old, I'm in the best shape probably in the last 20 years of my life, right? I feel great. I'm sleeping great. Obviously, the leg issue is a different thing, but it has definitely changed a lot of things in my life. And I love the opportunity. It's not for everybody. They say it's like, 99% of the guys in the world would not actually step into the pit. But at the end of the day, like, I don't have I'm not afraid to do that. I kind of at this point enjoy it. What sucks is that I've got this fucking broken nose that as soon as somebody touches it, it just starts fucking bleeding like crazy. And so that's going to be like my crutch, or not my crutch, whatever it is, like my kryptonite or whatever. I don't even know what the hell I'm saying. That'll be like the thing.
You'll have to keep that guard up, bro.
I know. I got it. When you punch, you answer the phone. Answer the fucking phone. I know. And I'll get better, but that's why I want a little time to train. Like I want to go to Vegas and see Keith. I want to go down to Tampa and see Heck. So I want to go do some actual training with some guys that, because I got a little bit of time with Heck in Dubai. We spent a couple days. We went to a boxing gym one day, and then we just trained. They had actually a pretty nice boxing setup at the hotel. But to be able to spend a week with, say, NFT Kid, right, Keith Berry, and go to the gym in Vegas and maybe train with some UFC guys, like that shit's wild. Like that would be the ultimate learning experience, right? And so that's kind of what the next several months of the goal of the goal is to be in a few more boxing matches and a karate combat. But again, what are we going to do to get ourselves ready for it? We're gonna spend some time doing some intensive training with the right people so that come out with a fucking win this time. I mean, I did a karate combat, I lost, and I did a CFN and I lost. I will not lose my next match, no matter what it is. Like I just cannot. Like I'm going to win it, and I just want to make sure that I'm in that position to win.
That's the fucking spirit, brother.
Absolutely. Like,
never back down, never give up. That's what my son always says.
I love it. So
he says that all the time when he's playing for Fortnite. Never back down, never give up.
That's
just build those walls.
What'd you say, Mike?
Just build those walls in Fortnite.
Okay. I don't know anything about.
Yeah, he
Fortnite.
loves playing that build mode shit.
Man, I should maybe get some Fortnite or something because I don't know anything about it. It's on you can play it.
What about your? Yeah, you can play at PC. It's basically one of the games that's on every platform. But a question for you though, what about your Web3 work goals as far as what you plan on doing work-wise with Web3, aside from making money, aside from doing karate combat? What kind of work goals do you have for 2025?
Yeah. So as far as production goes, I gotta scale it way up. I've got to add a lot more value. I think doing I'm gonna start this thing. It's I'll do some short form stuff, and I don't think I'm gonna start a TikTok. I fucking hate that. I don't want TikTok on my phone. I don't want to have to deal with it, anything like that. But to do some short form stuff, That's like educational stuff. You know, if we're going to see a big push of actual retail come in, you know, I want to do, you know, just have some stuff in the tank that's like some, you know, little tips and tricks, best practices, stuff like that. Just some short form stuff that can kind of just live on. That is just good information. It's evergreen, all that kind of stuff. So, you know, the goal is to start doing that and doing that today. So that's one of my goals. And then just, you know, really trying to find more ways. And I've started to shift like the afternoon show. If you guys watched it, I've got like a little bit of a, not really a rundown, but some just format to the show where we'll look at the markets, then we'll look at some headlines if there's anything important, then look at some charts, maybe make a trade or whatever. Again, like that's going to be a big focus of 2025 is moving into showing some more of the trading stuff, because we've got a lot of people in our community that want to learn. So we're going to do some of this automated stuff that Trademaster Ninja's got. We're going to be doing our own trading. We're going to be working with hopefully some exchanges on that. I've got to finalize some details on some things, but really the whole idea is just show people how to make money in this market, and do it safely and not I'll dial up the leverage on my own, right? On my own time, I'll put in that 25x long. But when we're doing this shit on the show, like, we'll keep it 5x or something, right? So that you've got, the margin of error is much better than when you have higher leverage on. But really just showing people like that are coming into this, like if you're going to participate, how to do this and how to do it, responsibly, because there's a right and a wrong way to play the market. And at the end of the day, it's all a game, and you just got to play it, and you just got to play it right. Know the rules and play it right. So that's content, more value, like make myself more valuable to people with the stuff that I'm putting out. And so that as far as like my Web3 work goal is that's my goal is to become more valuable to the people that listen to the things that I'm saying.
So. I like that. That sounds good. That's a hell of a goal, to be honest with you. Mr. Canadian, Mr. Modern Canadian, what about yourself? Do you have like any big crypto work goals for 2025? I was kind of curious. I know you've been cooking pretty good on Twitter Spaces. Are you looking to create like a series, or what do you got cooking for 2025?
Yeah. He may be busy working on
fading me. He ain't cooking on nothing.
Yeah. What's up, Neil? How are you, brother?
I gotta say, I have been seeing him working his butt off, so he's cooking.
He's doing a lot of games.
No, he's cooking. I'm messing with Modern.
Yeah,
me and Modern, we hang out a good bit gaming.
Yeah, he's doing a lot of streaming at night gaming. I know Wednesday nights he was doing a for a while. I'm pretty sure he's still doing it. Man, I doubt he's doing it tomorrow on New Year's Day, but I could be wrong, and he can let us know. But doing like community gaming where people can play at the same time, that kind of thing. So I seem to always fall asleep.
No, I've seen him gaming like crazy with the Gag Me girls, which I see down there in the listeners. He's in their community, pretty fucking active, let me tell you, and don't blame him. But he's been gaming with those ladies quite a bit lately. And I'm seeing him in spaces all over the place. Like he's showing up, which, I've had some pretty important people tell me throughout my career in Web3 is showing up is one of the most important things. If you're looking to build your brand and looking to build yourself, is just show up.
Yeah.
Be there.
So yeah, my biggest advice that I can give to anybody, your contribution is your credit in Web3. Like that's how you make it. Yeah, exactly what you said. Show up and participate.
I like that. I like the way you put that.
You know what I mean? Gag me. So girls and gamers gonna make it. Y'all are welcome to come on up here and chat about what you got going on. Please feel free. And that goes for anybody else if you're listening. Now, I see we got a lot of people watching the show, watching it live. So if you are watching on X, go ahead and hit the like, and you can tag some friends, whatever you got to do. If you're watching on YouTube, you guys smash the like. Y'all know the drill. But if you are thinking like, man, this is a really cool conversation, I want to be a part of it, I want to talk about my goals, we do have a Twitter space or an X space going at the same time. You can just hop in, raise your hand, join the stage, and feel free to participate in the conversation. That anybody is welcome. That's the whole point. So go ahead, Neil.
Man, I just thought it was funny. The testosterone popped out in me. When I saw that earlier, I was like, GAGMI. And I was like, gag me. And I was like, whoa, hey, what in the hell? I had to click on it. So good marketing.
Dude, it's honestly, it's probably the best marketing I've seen. And I've known those ladies for quite some time. I mean, even before they were in Gag Me, all three of them actually. And I work with one of them side by side, who's probably behind the account this morning, I'm guessing. But Van Ho, Mikkel, and Luana, awesome girls. They're absolute legends. And yeah, it was kind of cheeky when they first come out with Gag Me, because I remember Mikkel actually mentioning it. She's like, I'm going to start a girl gaming group that's called Girls Are Going to Make It. And I looked at her and I was like, hey, you realize it spells Gag Me? And she giggled and she ran with it. I mean, like, it's gone very, very well for them. Like, they absolutely are crushing it. I know they're working with quite a few different projects now, and yeah, absolutely love those ladies. I hung out with them and stayed with them down in Miami for Art Basel, and just they know what's going on, and they're good people, and they're building the right way. Like, they're building a solid community of people that just get it and like to vibe with each other in game. There's just no stopping them at this point.
Man.
Oh yeah, man! I was streaming yesterday with them. I was streaming some Shatterline yesterday with Doug Hype and Mikkel was on, and we were playing with Van Ho. She was streaming. It was a good time. It's always a good time when we game with the Gamer Girls.
Nice.
So those are the chicks out here in the background then that you're talking to.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah.
So, yeah, all right. Well, then at some point, if they are not able to come up here today, that is totally fine. But at some point, I would love to have them on the show and talk about just everything, motivation behind starting it and what they do and what they love about gaming and all that stuff. We know, as you guys know, I am not a gamer, right? I am not. That's not something that I have the capacity to do in my life. It's just who I am. But I understand. But I can sit and watch people game, and I can have fun, and I don't hate gaming. I can't play it. It's not for me. But I also understand the importance of it to our industry. So that being said, at some point, Gag Me. If you would like to have a conversation, I would love to do that. We can pre-record it and post it at any time, or we can do it live. Your call. But appreciate you guys being here. Appreciate everyone being here. Thank you. Let's go. Smash the like. What's up, KT?
Man, just listen to the awesome sauce. That's all. This is it's a good day. It is a good day. It's Taco Tuesday with J Chains. I mean, how can you go wrong?
I mean, it's New Year's Eve too. KT.
Yeah.
So yesterday,
Yeah.
Frank, you know what? I'm a little upset, honestly. Now that I'm thinking about it, I got a bone to pick with our buddy Frank. Let's be frank about this. I'm a little ticked off.
Okay.
He asked me a question, what my crypto goals for 2025 were, and said to and I said, "Woman, think about it. We'll be back tomorrow." And he's not even here.
Sure. Yeah. Well, I mean, at least we're not. Oh crap! This the Frank Drebin quote. At least we're not Shirley. I'd rather be Frank than Shirley today. Because Shirley, we all know the answers to those questions.
That's right.
Yeah. That is kind of
I just thought of something. If you're watching the live stream, I was wearing my Web3 Breakfast hat, but with the hat, the microphone, and then the logo overlay, that's triple Web3 Breakfast logos on the screen right now. That's wild. Talk about branding. Anyway, that was a thought.
Yeah.
It's like
rainbow. Wow.
Wait, does that mean Web3 gaming is inevitable?
But yeah, that's kind of a dick move not to show up, drop the hammer, and throw the gauntlet, and then just not even be there. Everybody else shows up ready, loaded for bear, and you're like, okay, where's the party?
It's all right. I mean, we'll give them a pass.
I digress.
I assume
it's going to be an awesome year. Web3 goals, pretty basic. I'm with Game 7, so crush it with them. But on top of that, revitalize what Dave and I have been cooking since 4 years ago. Get some Web3 gaming with meme coins and on the SWE network and getting all that thing rocking and rolling. He dropped some serious alpha yesterday and after the show, and it looks like we're just going balls to the wall and it's going to happen.
Hell yeah. Love to hear that. Any personal?
I know KT gets it because he pronounced SWE correctly.
That's funny. Let's go. I see two hands. I don't know who's up first. Neil, we'll go with you, and then we'll go swing it out to Mike, the modern Canadian.
I just need a couple reasons why I should buy SWE as opposed to Ondo.
Man,
Does anybody got anything on?
So my thing with SWE is that I feel like it's pump up to like $5 or whatever it went to. It was the first runner. It was like the first coin that ran before they all did. Man, that makes me nervous. Like maybe that just makes me nervous for some reason. I also have like some biasness because I wanted it at $1, but it was like one of those like, oh, I'll catch you at like 95 cents. And then it never did that. It just continued to go up. And I was like, I'll wait for a dip. Never dipped. And then,
yeah, next thing you know is at $2.31. And then it was at like $3.31. So you're like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah. So my thing with Ondo, and this is just something that I was looking at. I was looking at the charts, and I have to do an update, and I will do an update. I'm not doing the show today, this afternoon, because we got the thing for New Year's Eve. But so on Thursday, we'll look at it, or whatever. I'll tweet it or whatever. I got to take another look at this. But the last two dips to the top, right? So from bottom to top was a 230% move. And so as of 2 or 3 days ago, when I looked at this, that 230% move from the bottom from where we were at was about 475, 480, something like that. So maybe we're at like 450 now. I like that move for Ondo. I mean, I like that. I think that's going to be a bigger move. And I know that there's the unlock, but there's been a lot of sell-off. That thing went from 215 to like 140 or whatever. There's been a lot of sell-off with Ondo. So I think a lot of that's already happened. And so if you sold, above $2, good on you. I didn't. I'm hanging in there. Like that's my spot bag. That's my in it to win it bag. I'm not touching it. I'm not risking that I sell it waiting for with a dip and then all of a sudden it fucking catapults. Like I've seen that shit happen. I'm not participating in that with my we're retiring bag. That's for sure.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was looking at it today, and I guess yesterday a little bit at $1.30. I mean, it's pretty tempting at $1.30.
Yeah,
or somewhere here in this range, $1.30 to $1.20. I mean, shit, it's not gonna get a whole lot better than that. I don't think.
No,
unless something crazy happens here.
Yeah, it's gone up a little bit in the last last couple hours. So it went from 135 up to 142. I like that. I think the whole market is moving upwards right now, which is great. I hope that we found a bottom, and maybe even if we're going to move sideways, it's still like up and to the right sideways. Like it doesn't have to be downward anymore. I think all of us are sick and fucking tired of the downward action. Like it's a bull run, motherfucker. A bull run. Come on. Stop going down. Anyway. We got three hands. Y'all are being gentlemen today, and it's confusing me because I don't know who had their hand up first. But let's go Mark, and then we'll go Mike, and then we'll go KT.
Word. Yeah, I'm it's definitely a challenge to do the hand sometimes because I'm usually the host. So it's a little different being a speaker. But one of the things I got to say with SWE, and maybe this is a little alpha or inside knowledge, but pretty soon they're going to be shifting their focus towards gaming. It hasn't happened yet because most of the core games for SWE are still cooking. I know this for a fact because I worked for one of the flagship games for them. And let me just tell you, when the games start being the focus on SWE, it's going to make a huge difference. And there's some pretty big badass games that are going to be on SWE. And when that SWE 0x play comes out and people get it in their hands and they're able to play the games that are on there and earn tokens and stuff, man, it's
Do you know when that's supposed
The
to come
potential's huge. I don't know the exact date.
Okay.
I don't know the exact date, and I don't want to try and blow smoke up somebody's ass and try and give them predictions. But I can tell you, when the focus shifts from all the memes over to the games, all these people with a ton of money in memes that see the potential of these games are going to get excited.
Yeah.
And
now we know,
Yeah.
big time, right? I think it was Off the Grid. Off the Grid came out. I think they spent like $30 million to build that game. That kind of gave us a threshold, a working threshold, and kind of the bar, right? They set the bar as far as getting attention goes. Do you think there's going to be any offerings in SWE gaming wise that is going to be at that level? Or do you think when that came out, there was people that said, shit, we got to go back to the drawing board because we got to be able to compete with that?
There's a lot to unwrap on that, to be honest with you. There was a couple of factors as far as the success and the failure on that launch. Big part of the success, obviously, they had a lot of money to work with for marketing, bringing people like Ninja on and Tim the Tap Man. That was a big attention grab, right? That got a lot of people's attention when there wasn't a comparative game to play. But shortly after the launch, Call of Duty dropped their new release, which took
everything,
a good portion of that attention away from them to, the next new shiny thing. And people went over and started playing Call of Duty instead. Now, what I will say is, as things are getting developed, like part of their launch that was, in my opinion, not so much a failure, but it definitely hurt them, was the optimization that the game had. It wasn't optimized for everybody. So a lot of people that didn't have these like really, really high-powered gaming rigs weren't able to play the game well. And that's part of being early, right? Like, Call of Duty is great now because everything's optimized. They have the money to just right off the rip, when they launch it, everything's perfect.
Right.
This was an early release game that still has things to improve on. Now, when we start seeing these games that come out that are at the point of fully launched, fully developed, no bugs, fully optimized, when we start seeing that, that's when gaming's going to start taking off. And right now, that just hasn't happened yet because we don't really have that. I would say one of the closest games that I've seen to being like fully launched, like accessible to everybody, just well developed and run well, is going to be Parallel, and that's a trading card game. Now, when you have something like Off the Grid at that level, that's when you're going to start seeing the real onboarding happening. But they're not there yet. They still have a lot to develop. They don't even have the whole map out yet.
Can I ask a question real quick? So
Yeah.
we're talking AAA games at this level on SWE. My VPN rugged me hard, so I have no idea what my goals and stuff I actually said. But and you were talking about, the big rush coming when things like that are released. What do you think about fast casual mobile games that are built on SWE? I know we're building some. And those are going to be out imminently, not waiting for the new platform.
What is fast
There's
casual
a market
mean?
for all of them.
Fast casual is the stuff you play on your phone when you're on the toilet.
Okay.
Yeah, toilet games. Exactly.
Basically, that's the short and easy definition. It's the stuff you play when you're bored. It's Candy Crush and all that other crap. But
Clash of Clans.
Yeah,
I will
all
tell
that
you
stuff.
this, and you didn't hear this from me, but fuck it. This is recorded space. It is what it is. The attention is going to shift soon on SWE. Like the SWE found, like all of them. The attention is going to shift soon over to the gaming. Right now, it's not focused on gaming, but it's going to shift to gaming. And when it does, stuff like that is just gonna take off. Because let's be honest, gamers love to game. It's the biggest entertainment industry in the world is gaming. And
yeah,
the marketing is just not there right at the moment because it's not the main focus for SWE.
Now
when the marketing does shift to it, that's going to boom.
Now we had Craig from MetaRides come on, and so they've got partnerships with Animoca, and I feel like they're pretty well positioned for when gaming has a center stage moment, right? And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, he used 2028 as a metric for gaming. So I feel like we got some time. Good games
That's
take
pretty
a while.
reasonable.
And I feel like with Grand Theft
That's
Auto
very
getting ready to
reasonable.
launch, it might be silly for anyone to try to launch a game around the time that launches, because that is going to be the hottest thing on the fucking planet.
Not
So,
necessarily,
can we
because
make
wrap your mind around this idea. What if, and this is a big what if, right? This is a big what if. But what if Grand Theft Auto launches as a Web3 game and integrates other projects in GTA?
So I believe
There's a lot of speculation about that.
right. No, there is Web3 integration, but I believe it's going to launch without it. With that, like no, because you gotta have the. I heard something about that where it will not have Web3 integration when it launches, but shortly after it will.
So can we make a clarification on the 2028 gaming? I know, like I said, this is the big AAA. You've got a big rig, a desk, chair. You start playing games. You're in for hours or whatever. Versus
Simulator. I got my simulator, bro.
Yeah, hey, those are awesome. I want the Scorpion one, by the way. And the phone games, because the phone games are much faster and easier to make, and they can be released very quickly. They have a short lifespan, but they can just be cranked out versus things like Off the Grid, Call of Duty, GTA, all that other stuff. I think we've got two different timelines, and I think that
I think the clarification is the mass adoption.
yes,
onto
there we go.
Web3
That's where
games.
I'm going.
I think that's the clarification that you're looking for. And to be honest with you, I think, and this is, speculation, whatever, is what it is, not financial advice, but I think this year, after Trump gets into office and the regulations for crypto in the US changes drastically, I think that's going to kick off more and more people being less afraid of crypto and getting more interested in it and learning more about it. And as that happens, people are going to be more open to, oh, let's check out this Web3 game. And then as more of that happens, it just starts opening the door for mass adoption. And I think the 2028 prediction is closer to mass adoption of Web3 games, where
Gotcha.
people don't look at it like a scam. Like you get freaking idiots like, Hawk Do a Girl, who absolutely rug their community and make people think, okay, crypto's a scam. It's people like that put a bad taste in people's mouth.
I would say.
I remember going to DreamHack in Atlanta. Go ahead.
I would say, to Haley's defense, I would put a strong faith in the people that actually built the coin and did the stuff for her. So like, what are their names? Anyway, you guys know what I'm talking about. So not her. I believe she was taken advantage of. And so, in her defense, it's the bad actors in this space, not people like her. But I hear what you're saying.
And that's exactly correct. It's not the name itself, it's what happened that puts a bad taste in people's mouth.
Yeah.
People look at what happened and they're like, oh, fucking crypto's a scam.
And it's like, you listen, and everybody heard about, was it the fart butt coin or whatever it was? Like, this guy's like, I'm going to show you how stupid crypto is. I'm going to launch this fart butt coin, and it went to like $2 billion or whatever. Like the industry is a joke, and so yeah, some things need to be cleaned up from it. And I get, that's my freedom. It's crypto, man. Like, don't tell me what I can do. But like at the end of the day, like. That shit's ridiculous, and it makes us look like bozos. And some of the names of the coins are like, just like, what is wrong with you people?
A lot.
Agree 100% with that. And like I said, once the regulations, once we have a commander who is not afraid of crypto, right, and a government that's not afraid of crypto and starts helping crypto grow, I think that's when people are going to start warming up to it, because a good percentage, and like I was going to say, like at DreamHack, a lot of the people that I talked to there that were against crypto, so to say, just didn't know about it. And I think once people understand it, look into it, and learn about it, they'll be less afraid of it. I remember talking to one guy. I shit you not, this is a true story. I was walking around. This guy had an esports jersey on that said Crypto Bob on the back of his jersey. One word, Crypto Bob. And I stopped to talk to him because I was like, oh, here's somebody that likes crypto. This was a Web2 gaming convention, right? And I talked to him and I'm like, hey, yo, I love the jersey, man. It's pretty cool. What do you do in Web3? And he goes, what's Web3? And I'm like, wait, what? I'm like, it's crypto. And he said, and I'll never forget, and he goes, you mean like cryptocurrency? And I'm like, yeah, like on-chain gaming. And he goes, I don't know anything about that. And I was speechless and flabbergasted. I'm like, dude, you have crypto in your name. How do you not know what crypto is? And he had no idea what crypto was. I think he just thought it was a cool name. And I'm like, this is what I'm talking about. People just don't know about it. They don't understand it. And because of that, they're afraid of it. It's the fear of unknown.
Well, I mean, it makes a lot of sense, right? And you've heard, I think our industry gets a lot of negativity, gets a lot of negative press, a lot of it, things we were talking about, we do unto ourselves. But you are absolutely correct. And we've been saying this on the show for a while now, Mark, is that the mass adoption of crypto and blockchain is going to come in three phases. You got institutional, governmental, and then retail, like the actual people. Institutional, done. It's here. Like we all know that. The governmental side is happening right now before our eyes. We're seeing nation states loading up on Bitcoin. We're seeing the strategic reserve conversations. We're seeing all sorts of activity from governments around the world that are centered around crypto. And so at some point, they are going to come out with the messaging saying it's good. And then at that point, retail will be like, and I'm sure there will be CBDCs at that point, or some kind of digital dollar or whatever. And at that point, they will say crypto is good for the masses. And then people will trust it because they will have been told that it's okay for them. But they will be living in a different system than the crypto that we have, because their shit will be monitored.
And that's when people will be clapping their hands and saying, Sam Stefanino was right. Web3 gaming is inevitable.
It's true. It is, though. It is true. Mike, go for it, brother.
Yo, okay, so hear me out. 2025, let's make the Olympics of Web3 mobile gaming. Let's call up the toilet games 2025, and everybody sit instead of gaming chairs. We're all sitting on toilets. We're all sitting on the toilets. But I also, it's like we got like 10 minutes left in the space, and I haven't even said my goals. What I want to do here, like I do my Web3 gaming content. I'm in the games and all that because I've been playing games all my life. But here in the space, I'm an investor first. I came in here as an investor. I was a miner. Like I'm here to become wealthy. I want to be the first one in my family to become wealthy, and I want to help people and teach them how to be wealthy. And so, like a fucking mechanic that fixes cars can become wealthy off crypto, and you can do it too, kind of thing. And that's kind of like the other content that I make. Like I've been doing more of the gaming stuff lately, but like the other content I make is like ledger wallets. Like I want to educate people because like everybody can fucking do it, and I don't think a lot of people realize that because they're scared. Yeah. And just like you say, make yourself better 1% every day. And like what I've been doing in this last bear market was just reading books, listening to like self-help stuff, and like changing the way my brain works. And everybody can do it. So that's my goal. I really want to help you. That's why I really enjoy going on stage with you at the Blockchain Futures Conference, because what I'm like super passionate about is talking about Bitcoin and how it like brings up like the people from the bottom up.
Started from the bottom, now we're here. That's how it is, man. Listen, I can't wait for all of to just hear everybody's like success story come later in the year 2025 when we're doing this show or wherever the fuck we are, whatever the heck we're doing. It doesn't matter. We are going to be together telling the stories of our success of 2025 and how amazing it was. And we can replay and I'm sure we can figure out everybody's goals. We'll get them on a spreadsheet and then we'll revisit it beginning of quarter 4. And we'll see who's met their goals. And then if you've not met your goals, you will be banned from the show, the community. We'll turn our back on you. I'm kidding. I would never do that, ever. Like, ever. Go ahead, KT.
I love this.
Yeah. So got a Monica, your name. I think I heard your name was Chris. Got a question for you. So you're looking at reading a lot of self-help, self-improvement type stuff. Who's your go-to? Like if you could meet one of the people.
Oh, my favorite is, he's unfortunately not alive. It's Jim Rohn. Jim Rohn is one of my favorite people to listen to. I also listen to a lot of Jordan Peterson.
Nice. I was gonna say, yeah, mine's some kind of a amalgamation of Vaynerchuk, Goggins, and Peterson. Between the three of them, and a little bit of Yoda. You throw those four together, and that's where I go. So awesome. Yeah.
Yeah.
Solid group.
Oh. I need to probably consume a little more content. I'm not necessarily sure that I'm into like the self-help stuff right now, but like I would like to learn more about certain subjects. And so I might listen. That's probably, we'll add that on, that I will I'm gonna educate myself on some interesting topics. Now, Frank, I gotta tell you, I went through my goals earlier in the show and I was a little ticked off that you weren't here. But I am glad to see you. I know sometimes the mornings may be busy, so I'll give you that grace, my brother. But I at that point, at one moment, after I'd spilled my beans, I looked down, I was like, this asshole's not even here? What? But I'm glad you're here now. I love it. Light up the emojis. If you're in the space, light them up, baby. Let's go. All right. So who else still needs to give their Corey? Are you able to come up? Who's able to come up and talk about their crypto goals for 2025? We got just a few minutes left, and we want to hear more goals. I can reiterate mine if you guys would like, if that would be helpful. Financial freedom.
Here's another question.
Oh, go for it.
Oh, I was gonna say, yeah. Here's a question though. So we all have goals, and we all have that spot on the wall. We took a dart, chucked it at the map, and says, "I want that." I want to know how we're going to get there.
Oh, thank you. I'm glad you said that.
What's going to change? What's going to happen in your life to say?
KT, I am so happy you said that, because I hinted at this at the beginning of the show, and I know that I talked about it yesterday, is that goals are great. Like, fuck resolutions. Like, don't do a New Year's resolution. That's stupid, because that never works. Write down your goals. But then it's the most important thing is you need to put a system in place in order to meet that goal. So we talked about this. You're like, I want to make money. All right. How are you going to do it? What are you going to do? You're going to add a few revenue streams. You're going to do this. You're going to do that, right? Oh, I want to lose weight. All right, fatty. How are you going to do it? I'm going to go to the gym. I'm going to do cardio. Like, you set a plan. Putting your plan down is going to help you meet that goal. So I only use the money and the weight as the example both times that I told this. So I apologize. I'll find some new things to say there. But that's the most important thing, guys, is you got to put a system in place. Now, I hinted a little bit at one of my goals, and I said that we didn't need to come locked and loaded with the systems today, but on Thursday, because we will be in the new year, y'all should at that point have your goals and your systems at least scheduled or written out so that you can realize those goals, because that's the most important thing, man. You follow the plan and you realize that goal. You have no plan. You have no plan. You got no plan. You know what I mean? So you need a plan. Let's go, Mike, and then Mark.
If you ain't got a plan, the only thing you got is a dream.
Dream big, baby. Who said that? I know that's a quote.
Bro, that was Frank, and let me tell you, that slapped hard. I gotta say, that slapped hard. Way to be, Frank. I like that. I like the way that you worded that, and I almost want to like put that on something and put it on my wall next to my desk.
We gotta put that on a shirt for Jay when he goes on the next his next fight. He's like, if you ain't got a plan, all you got's a dream, and then you knock the guy out.
Boom. I got one of those Dubai shirts that I want to like. I mean, no, it's like I got to throw it away. I suppose nobody needs it. Nobody wants it. It's like the loser in the world championship. Like those just go to India, right? Just go to like a poor community in like a third world.
We're talking about how we're gonna get to those goals, and you create your own reality. What you feed your brain and how you think is how you're gonna get into your goals. So if you have a goal in mind and you continuously think about that goal every day, you're gonna get there just by feeding your brain the right stuff.
Manifest your destiny. I've always those are two of my mantras are manifest your destiny and what you state you create. Right. And I'm a firm believer in that shit in the universe. And this was from Men in Black, if I'm not mistaken, but I took it with me. And it's something that I believe is absolutely so true, is that the universe tends to unfold as it should. So think about that one.
Yeah. And one piece of advice to everybody listening and playing at home, don't follow all the reply guys and repeat bots on X. Every single day, I probably see the same exact message repackaged, whatever 1,000 times. It's like somebody read a Zig Ziglar book and says, how many different ways can we make this happen? And then ask Grok to build it. Do your own thing. Figure it out. You got to do this stuff. Don't just tell people what to do. It's not going to work.
Walk the walk, baby. Don't just talk the talk. That's it. That's how you do it. You got to show people. And that's like why we're going to do the training stuff. We're going to show people how to do it, because I know that there are plenty of people that want to learn. And if we're here hanging out for an hour every day, we can spend some time learning how to do some trading every single day. That is the goal. So we can learn something. Remember, we're going to create value. That is the number one goal of 2025 for me, is to be more valuable to you. I love you guys. Have a great rest of your day. Have a wonderful New Year's Eve. Please be careful. If you're going out drinking, make sure you got a driver. Take an Uber. Do what you got to do. Do not get behind the wheel, because we want to have you back here. All right. Have a wonderful day tomorrow. No show. There's going to be no show on New Year's Day. We're going to take the day off, go spend it with some fam. And then Thursday, we'll be back in action, and we are going to hit the ground fucking running in 2025. So get your running shoes. We'll see you on Thursday.
Bro done had it.
What's that?
Bro done had a whole month. Bro done had a whole month off. He comes back for 2 days, and now he takes another week. Oh my goodness, Jay James.
Dude, I'm telling you, these holidays
Jay
in
James,
the middle of the week are fucking weird, man. It it just puts you in a different place. And so it was nice to take like a week off. Taking a day and a half off in the middle of the week is strange, but I will gladly do it because remember, we're hitting the trenches hard. We are going to hit the ground running. We are going to do the things that we need to do, because being financially free and making sure that I provide enough value to you guys so that you can probably do that, or that you can join the team, or that you can do whatever it is that you want to do. That's our plan for 2025, man. And thank you. I still can't believe we had a couple super chats today. Mr. Mayo, thank you. And Mike Vollmer, y'all are crazy. I appreciate you guys. I love you. Love you all. That's it. Happy New Year, motherfuckers. We'll see you next year.